So the question has been asked, do I think you have to quit your job to be a successful freight broker? I think that just depends on who you are, what business you're in, how you're allocating your time. For me, I don't think I would be where I am today in my business if I had a job, because I'm not the type of person that can do too many things at one time. If I'm working a job and working 8 to 10 hours a day on a job, I'm not going to be able to put into the business what it needs to be a successful business. What I found is that businesses require a lot of time. It requires a lot of time to get something off the ground that hasn't been moving, a business that hasn't been formed yet, and now you have to take it from the unknown to the known to where you're making money in this business. I think that requires a lot of effort, that requires a lot of energy, and I just couldn't put the energy that would be needed into a business and work a job. Now, some people think that they can juggle a few things at the same time, and maybe that type of person it would work for, but I would think that there are more people who think they can do that than there are that can actually do it. I think you would serve yourself much better to have the time that you need to build a business. And it just doesn't come with putting 8 hours a day in. You know, to me, I've had to put hours on top of hours on top of hours into this business to grow it to the point of where it is right now. And I'm in year number 8 now. So it takes time. I know nobody wants to hear that. Everybody wants to hear this idea that you start today and next year everything is rocking and rolling and you're doing great. Usually it doesn't work that way. Now, I am an advocate to get there to where it is that you want to go, as fast as you possibly can. You know, people talk about this get rich quick deal. It should be you getting there as quick as you possibly can, right? Because, you know, you only have so much time and you want to be able to do other things. So the idea is to get the money piece out of the way, solve the money issue, make sure that you get that under control and taken care of, because now you have your time to enjoy. Now you still have to work, you still have to produce, but you have gotten to the point where you are productive. You're actually making revenue in a business. You're making a business go. When you get to that point, it's about maintaining and then taking your business to another level, right? But it's just good practice, in my estimation. It's good practice to get into the mindset that it's going to take you some time to realize your goal, right? It just doesn't happen as quickly as most of us would like it to happen. Be willing to commit to that time, right? But your job usually takes a lot of the time that you could be putting into the business, because see, the more time you get to put in, then of course you can build a business a whole lot quicker because you're putting more time into it. So if you want to build fast, you got to put more time into it. And think about it this way: the time will pass whether you get started or you don't get started. If you start in 2023 or 2024, 1 year will pass. So during that time, wouldn't you like to say, man, here is what I've accomplished within this year. Here is how many customers I have. Here is how much revenue I've earned this year. Instead of starting and waiting until 2024 to have to start the process, you could already be 1 year within the process because you've already committed to the time. You know it's going to take time. So wouldn't it be great to be 1 year down the road when the year starts in 2024? Sure it would. So I think it's important to get started. A lot of us give a lot of different excuses as to why we haven't started yet. Oh, it's because of this, or it's because of that. Or as long as you give yourself excuses, you'll continue to delay the start. So go ahead and get started. Jump into it. If you really want to do it, jump into it. Get your feet wet. Understand how the business works. Learn from your mistakes. Don't continue to make those mistakes, and you'll start to figure this thing out. But a lot of people that I have run into, they want to make sure that things are perfect, right? They're trying to wait to the perfect time to start a business, and there's never a perfect time. There can always be a reason why you don't start. So get started. Get busy. Start moving yourself toward the goal that you want to achieve, because at the end of the day, that's really the only way to accomplish it. You have to get started. You know, I look at it like this. When I am doing something, Completed is better than perfect any day, right? Because if I'm waiting to get it perfect, then I keep waiting and waiting and waiting. No, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. If it's a service that I'm offering, like a freight broker service, I'm going to go ahead and put that service out there so that I can start to learn more about what I need to do to be attractive to my customers, to get my customers to want to work with me. Because the sooner I put it out there, the sooner I start learning about the process, how it works. But if I keep delaying and keep delaying, I'm always putting off the learning. I'm always putting off the process, and I want to engage in that as quickly as possible, because that's when the learning process really starts. That's what I wanted to share with you today. I certainly hope this information has been helpful. If you want to learn more about the freight brokerage business, I'll leave a free link in the description. It's my 5-video series, and it's titled How the Load Movement Process Works. Gives you a chance to come into the office with me, and you get to watch as I move loads, talk to shippers and carriers. That way you can get a better understanding of how the business works before you come in. Then if you're interested in learning about load boards, because we know as freight brokers, we have to know how load boards work. We have to use load boards day in and day out. I'll leave you a free video right here so that you can check it out. See me in the office using load boards to move freight. So until the next time, I wish you the very best in your life and business. See you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.